Welcome back to Bespoke Addict. I'm starting the construction of the replica handle for the fabulous briefcase. If you've seen the previous videos, you'd have seen the state of the original. It's not really worth trying to restore that, and it's quite a lengthy task, and choosing the correct skins as well. You know, it's all been videoed if you've not already seen that. Now this is going to be the top of the handle. It's got a lovely sort of curve. That's achieved with rope. Now that piece of rope's original, and these skins are really they're quite thick, it's quite tough, and you don't want to be sort of trying to force by hand the curve as well as trying to stitch and get a decent sort of light. It's very difficult. I've tried it before. I wouldn't recommend it. The trick is to saturate the skin. It's only skin, and it's crocodile skin. Crocodiles spend their life in water. What harm could it do? So you saturate the skin, and then I've just used this bit of rope. You just manhandled it, physically pushed it, lay it down on a flat surface. And the only I wanted to sort of press it sharp. The only thing I had to hands was an old Quality Street tin which was empty. So I put the Quality Street tin one side, and what did I use the other side? Just a little short piece of wood actually, which wasn't very heavy. Then I had a heavy bottle of water and just sort of wedged it. So it's had and inside the Quality Street tin, I put various heavy objects inside the tin just to press it. So that's been sort of left overnight, and we've got the rough shape now. And you know, that will curve around, and it will keep its shape. It'll have that lovely semicircle. Now on this particular bag, the bottom of the handle doesn't have the semicircle. It didn't originally. I might put it in, but if I do, I'll use a much thinner rope than this one. I don't want on the bottom. I don't want such a thick curve. I might do it flat as original. I'm yet to make that decision, but this is not actually what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you was the strap. Now this strap's going on the inside, underneath the outer skins. So the original bag, it didn't have the strap. It just didn't have any. Crocodile skin, as I've mentioned in previous videos, not very strong at all. It soon separates, and these are going to go on the edges. Let's have a look. There we go. The metal loops will go through here and into the top of the bag. So the handle will be this sort of shape. The actual strength and integrity will be on this belt, not on the Crocodile. Now the original, which fell apart, was on the Crocodile, and it even looped the edge of the Crocodile skin round to hold the metal loops. And I've never seen that before on any bag or any case. Even the best Crocodile skins, and even skins as thick as this, they don't have much strength about them. They soon separate between the scales. They don't normally split through the scales, split around it in like a jigsaw. And so to make this more permanent, I'm going to put the strap inside, hide it, and it'll all be hidden. So this will be purely decorative. There'll be no structural integrity on the decorative Crocodile, and that's the usual case. It's very rare. I've never seen it before. So I'm just going to do it how most other bag manufacturers would do, and put some, you know, whether it be belt leather, saddle leather, bridle leather, it's strong and it's thick, and that's likely to be very robust. But what you don't want to do is put the strap, the outer skin, the bottom skin all together, and then trying to bend it round and trying to stitch through that, you know, by hand. My goodness me, you know, you'd have to be some kind of a He-Man, and even then it'd be a bit of a mess. So what I'm doing, I'm poking all of the holes first. So I've poked with just a cheap awl. I've poked all of the holes into the earpieces. Then I've traced it onto, so the holes are, which one is that? That one's left. So all the holes are in the right place. I've then sort of traced it through onto here. And now if you look very carefully, you can see a row of holes. I've done them all by hand. They're about 1.5 millimeters apart. So just slide it along 1.5 millimeters. There we go, there's one. 1.5 millimeters. There's two. So you get the idea. So I'm poking all of the holes, and when I've got all the holes and I'm happy, I'll then trace the holes onto the crocodile skin. I'm going to leave plenty of excess, because it is nice to actually have something to pull and hold and grip while she's trying to do the stitches. But the holes will be already poked in the crocodile as well. So each of those holes will line up to the hole on the handle strap. Just make the whole thing an awful lot easier. Takes time, but it will make an easier job. And yeah, I really wanted you to see that before I have made the mistake in the past of just trying to stitch through thick loads, and it's just insane. And what you're doing, I'm holding the needles with pliers and trying to stuff them through, and it ends up shocking through, stabbing me in the finger. Oh, yeah, it's it's a miserable experience. I'll never do it again. So as you can see, we've got the needles will easily slip through there, very easily. And if they're already marked in the crocodile, you can see them. And it just slips through with finger tension. You might need to use a tiny pair of pliers or just a thick piece of leather or something just to push on the back of the skin, on the back of the needle, because you easily puncture your skin. But it'll make an easy job, and I'll do another video showing you once I've got all this marked out. But before I stitch these on, I must remember to put the metal loops. The metal loops have got to go in first. Then this is the other side, and that stitches to the bag. So the metal loop will have to be stitched on here too. So we'll have new crocodile. I'm actually going to save that original. And yeah, plenty of metal loops. Oh, I thought somebody was just about to walk in then, but no, he's walked away. He's looking for somebody else. But it's very important to make sure that you don't forget to put the loops on. So these holes here that are all punched in that skin, they're already punched into the top of the bag dress skin. So I'll work through the original holes. But I don't want to stitch this on then to remember I've forgotten to put the loop. And then so that will get stitched on first before the bag gets assembled and it gets its lining put inside. Because all of the stitching that I do will be hidden. It'll be covered with lining. So we're going to get there. Yeah, this is going to turn out to be a lovely job. It's a very long job, it's a huge amount of time in such a restoration, but this is a particularly lovely bag. So I'm prepared to put the hours in, and it takes as long as it takes. But realistically, from start to finish, I think probably about 75 hours over a period of weeks will get spent on the dismantling, restoration, rebuilding of this particular bag. And I'm really very, very excited to be using it.